All right. So I'm going to be doing this update live. This is going to be a live update. I'm going to go ahead and run through everything. That way, anybody who is watching this afterwards doesn't have to go through a bunch of stuff. They can just watch it like a regular video. I just want to state that this video is not financial advice. Please do your own research and technical analysis before buying any stock or crypto asset. I'm about to go over the details that you need to know for AMC, GME, and SPY. I'm about to go over the details that you need to know for AMC, GME, and SPY. Make sure you press that like button and make sure you subscribe. Let's go ahead and hop right in and see what we have going on. So the first thing I want to point out for SPY, is I do think we are going to see a continuation to the upside. So that's the first thing that I need people to be aware of. Now, there's multiple things going over with SPY. It does have a bearish divergence. Also, it also has major resistance coming up above its head. So again, the trend is your friend. I think I have SPY pretty well mapped out on what I do think we're going to be seeing. I think we're going to come up and possibly fill this gap here at about 439, 438 in that range, and then start to top out. Now, the highest I think we could see SPY going is about 446 in my personal opinion. That is a possibility. I will know this if 446 is on the cards by the end of the week, okay? So if we don't hit it by the end of the week, I will know by the end of the week if it's in the cards. I think we're actually going to see SPY start to turn over here later in the week, and I'm going to explain why. I think Thursday and Friday we're going to start seeing downside on SPY, but basically I think we're about to see one more push to the upside, continuing to the upside, and then see a move back down to the downside. Now again, I still think we're going to close the green week. I did predict a green week for this week. I think it's still going to be a green week, and as far as the macro is concerned, I do think we are still going to see a major pullback to the downside. There's still multiple gap fills to the downside. We're still in the macro bear flag, but guys, you have to see bounces on the way down. Stocks cannot just move up and down. They must move in waves, and therefore you will see bounces on the way down. So again, I do think we are going to see a continuation to the upside, but I think we're going to be coming into problems maybe tomorrow, and then maybe like midday tomorrow, and then Thursday and Friday probably start to see some overall pullback. I want you guys to be very aware that right in the morning we have PPI. So right in the morning we got month over month PPI. So this is going to be the consumer price index, and this is going to definitely producers price index. I do apologize. Producers price index, and this is going to be CPI is consumer. This is your producers price index, and this is going to be letting you know if so. This is actually PPI is going to be letting you know. I believe the cost that it needs, or the cost to produce items. So again, this is going to be very crucial data. And again, this is 3-star data. This is a 3-star data, which means it is a severe data drop, which means it will have a high impact on the market. So you're going to be watching for PPI dropping tomorrow. Also, we do have FOMC tomorrow, guys. So this is going to be the big thing, the FOMC meeting. You're going to definitely want to watch that. That's at 2 o'clock. These normally always, if you are new to the market, you won't know the FOMC meeting is, but if you're not, you will know the FOMC meeting. And guys, these normally make the market do crazy things. So if you're going to be trading tomorrow, be ready, okay? If you're going to be trading tomorrow, make sure you are ready for volatility, because it's going to get crazy. Normally when FOMC happens, we see the market do like a quick pump and then a dump, or vice versa. It just does whiplash, and then it picks a direction depending on how the FOMC meeting goes. If the FOMC meeting is bullish, then it will start to move up. But normally we see like big sharp movements like up and down, and then it picks a direction. So again, be ready for a lot of volatility around 2 o'clock with FOMC, and then major data drop on Thursday, core inflation rating year over year. And I'm particularly interested in this, and the market is as well, because if we see inflation go up, guys, if we see inflation go up any more than it already is, why the GDP is going down. That is a definite case for stagflation. We already have a case for stagflation, but there's a definite case for stagflation, that inflation's not going away. The Fed's going to be raising rates even more, higher for longer. This is not looking good for a bull run. So anyone thinking that we're going to be going into a new bull market, I think, as me personally, this is my personal opinion, I think they're just not really looking at the data, the charts, the facts, and really looking at the economy as well as the charts. Guys, the economy is abysmal right now. We're seeing stagflation, inflation with low growth, low GDP growth, and or no GDP growth, or the GDP going down. And we're also in a macro bear flag. So again, multiple reasons showing that this is bearish for the market. So again, I do think that we are going to be seeing an overall downside capitulation. You want to be watching for PPI tomorrow, and definitely FOMC. And then on Thursday, you want to be watching for the inflation data drops. You want to be watching for those. But again, tomorrow you are, I do think you're going to see a continuation to the upside. Let's go ahead down here on the smaller time frames and show you guys what we're looking at, and levels to be aware of, and prices to be aware of. So we're going to be looking at 433, 433, and 432 as support, as well as our 433.29, 432.60, and a 432.17 as support. As resistance, you're looking at 434.66 and a 435.93, and then there is a gap fill at 437 and 438. So I do think we're going to see a push up for this either tomorrow or Thursday, and then overall start to top out around this 438, possibly 436 level. I'll know as soon as we fill the gap fill exactly what levels we're going to be going to. But again, I do think we're going to see a little bit pop to the upside, and I'll go ahead and draw a price path on what I potentially think we will be looking at here in the morning. But basically, I think we're going to see SPY start to move to the upside ever so slightly here in the morning, and pre-market basically get a dump down to the downside, and then start to work its way up to fill this gap and have another bullish day tomorrow. Okay, I'm thinking there's going to be another bullish day tomorrow. But if we do see SPY, open up and we start to see it lose support, again, you want to be watching for rug pulls, because the trend is your friend, and this thing could go at any moment. Let's go ahead and pop on the alligator and see if we can see any short-term directions. You guys can see that there is a lot of momentum here on the 4-hour time frame. The bands are spread far apart. That's letting us know that there's a lot of momentum here on the 2-hour time frame, and even on the 1-hour time frame. All of these showing that it's going to be a bullish continuation. We also have green MACD on the 2-hour time frame. Now it is starting to curl down, but we also have bullish MACD on the 4-hour time frame and the daily time frame. All of these are indications that we're going to see a move to the upside, as well as the dollar. The dollar is starting to push back, guys. The dollar is starting to pull back. It's at 105. It is in a bull flag, so I do think it is going to have a kick to the upside, but right now it is pulling back, consolidating. I do think it is going to make a higher high than 107, and this is when the market will continue to crash once the dollar breaks out of this bull flag that it's in and pumps to the upside. And of course, I'm looking at SQQQ as well. SQQQ, I do think, is going to be having more downside, possibly getting a bounce tomorrow, but I think there's going to be a lot more downside for SQQQ, possibly going to about this $17.50 range, $17, $17.50, $18 even, before getting a bounce to the upside. It is in an inverse head and shoulders. Right here is your shoulder, right here is your head, and it is currently forming your second shoulder with multiple gap fills to the upside. Again, SQQQ moves inverse of the market. These are more indications that we're going to see downside in the market, in my personal opinion. So that's basically everything I'm looking at for SPY. Again, I do think we're going to be seeing upside tomorrow, but I think around Tuesday or around Thursday or Friday, we're going to be seeing downside. Again, Thursday or Friday, we're going to be seeing downside, possibly starting around 2 p.m. tomorrow, especially if FOMC is hawkish, then we will see more downside for SPY in the overall market. So that's what I'm looking at, guys. That's what I'm looking at. VIX is also slightly pulling back as well. Again, this is going to be bullish for the market. When the VIX goes up, the market goes down. When the VIX goes down, the market goes up. Let's go ahead and hop into the meme stocks. We already did the data for the overall market, which is PPI and FOMC tomorrow, and then inflation for Thursday. Let's go ahead and check out what is going on for AMC Max Pain. So AMC's Max Pain right now, is $8.50. So AMC's Max Pain right now is $8.50. Shares available to borrow for AMC. This could change as of the morning, but right now they have 3.6 million. They did have 4.2 million starting earlier today. So they did use a lot of shares and didn't really get much effect. It was a down day, but they didn't get as much effect as they normally would because there's a lot of bullish momentum in AMC. You guys can see we mostly consolidated, and they've been dumping shares all day, and we consolidated. I did say we would probably see consolidation yesterday. I told you guys, I did give you 3 scenarios because of the situation that we're in. It wasn't very clear of what we were going to do, but I did say out of the 3 scenarios, the most likely would be that we would see sideways consolidation, and that is what we've seen on AMC. Let's go ahead and show you guys the short interest for AMC based off Ortex. So AMC's short interest is going to be 11.62%. Utilization is 62.46%. Cost to borrow is sitting at 2.03%. Shares on loan is at 29.51, and days to cover is sitting at 1.87 days to cover. All right, let's go ahead and look at GameStop. We're going to look at GameStop stock and check out the short interest for GameStop stock. Also, guys, the whole Taylor Swift thing is going absolutely crazy, guys. The whole Taylor Swift thing is going absolutely crazy. I don't know if you guys know what's going on with Taylor Swift, but she's dating this new quarterback, and it's just a whole thing in pop culture. Taylor Swift is like smoking hot right now. Like everything she's touching turns to gold, and she just recently touched AMC. Guys, this is a big deal, especially if more artists go down this route. Again, I do believe AMC's is going to be a business that is going to be continuing in the future, using these types of concerts and using the popcorn brand and possibly doing even more expansions. This is going to be GameStop. Short interest is 20.97%. Utilization is 86.28%. Cost to borrow is 3.12%. Shares on loan is sitting at, let me go ahead and put this on. I forgot about the chat. And I'll go ahead and go over the data. And then we got GameStop, 20.67%. Utilization is 86.28%. Cost to borrow is 3.12. Shares on loan is 74.02, and days to cover 25.04. If we go ahead and go to Stonko Tractor, you guys can see that AMC has a decent gamma ramp if we can maintain $10. GameStop, if it can get at $20, has a good gamma ramp. 48.05% is locked up in computer share. Only 850,000 shares available to borrow. This is a decent amount for GameStop because it is a smaller float stock, so it can be manipulated a little bit more easily. Now let's go ahead and go into the technicals for GameStop. So guys, right now I am currently in a trade in GameStop. I'm playing this bull flag. I do think we're going to see a move to the upside on GameStop. You guys can see that it left this big gap right here. Let's go ahead and mark the gap. It's a giant gap here. It will get filled. If it breaks above this $16.20 orange line, as you guys can see here marked in white, if we do see this move occur, you're going to see a big pop to the upside on GameStop. Okay, this is a bull flag setup. And again, if it breaks above that $16.20 mark, you're going to see a big pop to the upside. So I am looking at this for GameStop. I did buy more. I normally wouldn't enter a position like this because RSI is hot on the 2-hour time frame, on the 1-hour time frame, but I do think it's going to cool down if it consolidates maybe for another day or two, if we see a little bit of pullback. Also, overall, the RSI is extremely low. On the daily time frame, RSI is at 43, and on the weekly time frame, RSI is only at 37. It's at the bottom of a macro wedge. I believe that GameStop is bottoming out, and I think it's actually about to make a giant move up to about $40, guys. Believe it or not, I think GameStop's about to make a move for at least $40. You guys can believe that if you want or not, guys, but that is what I believe GameStop is actually setting up for. It just had a Wyckoff accumulation spring, in my personal opinion. This was the spring here. It's also a triple bottom, bottom number 1, bottom number 2, and we're currently forming bottom number 3, getting a nice bounce back to the upside. Daily MACD is flipping bullish. You guys can see that we just need a little bit more cross for the MACD to flip bullish. You guys can see down here on the bottom of your screen, it is about to cross. It's literally right there, So daily MACD is about to go bullish with the RSI being extremely low. This is extremely bullish in my personal opinion. So I am playing that bull flag setup and a possible move to the upside, a much bigger move to the upside. If you go ahead and put on the Bollinger Bands, you guys can see that the Bollinger Bands were constricted. They were constricted when we got this big pop to the upside. If you go ahead and look at the weekly time frame, they are rather expanded, but you can see that the MACD is curling up. If we go ahead and put on the super trend and see if we have any buy signals, you do see we have a buy signal here on the 4-hour time frame, which is extremely bullish with a green MACD, which is most likely telling me that we're going to see a continuation to the upside. And the alligator as well, being spread far apart like this, is also telling me that we're most likely going to see a continuation to the upside when we break out of this bull flag. So this is why I did enter this trade. I do think it is going to be a good trade. I did post it in the Discord, but I only posted it in the day trades room and the swing trades room. I didn't make an official play. I have 4 official plays up right now, but this was a day trade play that I thought was viable, so I did put it up in the Discord for you guys to have. So again, I think GameStop's gonna have a green day tomorrow, pushing to the upside. We want to see GameStop break above $16.20 using it as support. We have support at $15.90. If we go down, I think the lowest will go is like 1570, possibly 1558. I really don't think we're going to go that low. We're probably going to stay in between this channel and then get a pop to the upside. This is probably going to happen tomorrow. Basically, what you see how I marked here in white is what I think is going to be happening for GameStop, in my personal opinion. Let's go ahead and look at AMC, guys. Let's go ahead and look at AMC. We're going to be focusing on AMC stock. So, AMC, guys. Big sign of strength early here in the morning, guys. We got a big push to the upside. It was starting to get very, very exciting because we almost had a parabolic movement. Not every time AMC goes down is manipulation, but sometimes AMC gets manipulated. We did get manipulated. They started to dump shares right here. If you go ahead and look at Fintel, you guys can see that right when the market opened, they did start to dump. That was right around here, I believe. I would have to refresh it. It's gonna say, there you go. Now you guys can see it says more hours ago. But yes, it was right around here. They started to dump these shares, right? And I talked about this in stream. So we were about to go absolutely crazy, guys. We're about to make a big pump to the upside if we use this as support. But guys, you already know the thing if you followed my stream about this rising wedge. So the thing about this rising wedge is it has a 2 out of 3 chance to break to the downside. Sorry about that. Should be, yeah, back on. It has a 2 out of 3 chance to break to the downside. So that means that there is a 33% chance that it could break to the upside, that it could somehow break above. Why does it keep doing that? I don't know. Everything's acting weird right now, guys. I don't know what is going on. I don't know. Everything's acting stupid right now, guys. I don't know why. But anyways, I was going to try to draw it, but I can't. If it breaks above and use it as support, if it breaks above and uses it as support, then we're going to see a big push to the upside. This would be a literal parabolic movement if we did see this push to the upside. It would be a literal parabolic movement if we did see that push to the upside, because if you look, we're already like just running up. It would be crazy. So if we do see that, that's what's going to be happening. But most likely what's going to be happening is a break to the downside. These normally break to the downside. I'll go ahead and go to Trading View. And show you guys what's going on. But basically we have a couple things going on, and I'll show you what I think exactly is what's going to happen. So if we break to the downside, if we confirm this, we're going to break to the downside. We're going to be coming down, and I'll give you guys support and resistance here in a second. But what's most likely going to happen is, you guys see this wedge here, is we're going to break to the upside on this wedge, the smaller one, come up to about $10.07, get rejected. Now here's where it gets tricky. We have a bullish pennant here, which is a bullish continuation pattern, which means most likely we're going to break to the upside of this pennant, of this wedge here, and come down and break down somewhere up here at like 1040, 1050. If we do get up to this level, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about the gamma ramp and stuff like that. We'll talk about that when the time comes. But most likely this is what you're going to see. A push higher to about 1048, 1050. You're probably going to see this happen tomorrow. Now, if we break out of this wedge, this rising wedge marked here in yellow, we're coming down. All right, we're coming down. We have gap fills at $9.25, gap fills at $7.80. If we break out of this rising wedge, marked in white and in yellow on TradingView, we're coming down. Most likely, we're going to continue to the upside. You guys can see that the alligator is curled to the upside. We have multiple indications that we're going to move to the upside. Super trend is there's all buy signals. It's all buy signals. It's all buy signals. It's all buy signals. There's not a single sell signal. It's all buy signals. So we're most likely going to continue to the upside. You're going to see a pop to the upside, probably pre-market. You're probably going to see it pre-market. You're probably going to see something like this. I don't know why this is pissing me off right now. But I'm telling you guys right now, if we break down out of this wedge, you are going to come down hard. So tomorrow morning, I'm going to be doing the updates on my shorts feed, and I'm also going to be doing the live stream at 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to be looking at this level very, very closely. If we see it break even in pre-market, we're coming down to at least 925 to fill the gap. Now remember these numbers, because if we break down, here is going to be the support. So remember these numbers, drill these in your head. $9.25. $9 even. $7.90. And we'll look at about $7 or $8.75. $9.25. $9 even. $8.75. And $7.85. Those are going to be the levels that we come down to, that we're looking for support and resistance if we break down from this. An estimated breakdown from this would be a price target of $8.90. So the most likely that when we come down, we're going to be coming down to $8.90. We have a gap fill at $9.25 and $7.85. So just keep these levels in mind. Most likely if we come down and break down from this, it would be, I repeat, it would be about $8.90. So guys, this is pretty much what I'm looking at AMC. RSI has bearish divergence, so it's going to break down, okay? Again, I can only tell you what the charts tell me. Bearish divergence plays out. It's just when is it going to play out? These two scenarios that we have are going to be a breakdown early in the pre-market, and then tomorrow morning, which will be all red day. It would be all red day. If we see a pop to the upside pre-market and continue to hold this white trend line, then we have a chance to break towards that $10.50 mark and continue higher before breaking down out of the ascending triangle, correcting the bearish divergence, finding a bottom, and then continuing back to the upside. So basically, I feel like we'll break down, or I know we'll break down, find a bottom, and then continue back to the upside. So this is what I'm looking at for AMC. Again, the bearish divergence is going to play out. The rising wedge is going to play out. There's only a 33% chance that it breaks above this top white line and goes parabolic. Now, that is a chance. There is a possibility that that does happen. Okay, I don't want to say that that's not on the cards right now, guys. That's a possibility, because if you go ahead and look at the daily time frame, you guys will see that the Bollinger Bands were extremely constricted. We had this bullish pennant. We had a pop to the upside. We have multiple gap fills to the upside. We are outside the bands right now. It is possible, but guys, let's look at the charts. What are the charts telling us? We have a doji. We have RSI blown out. We have bearish divergence. We have a rising wedge. Most likely what's going to happen is we're going to see a pullback, going back, testing about $8.90, $8.50 as support, using that higher low as a support, a trampoline, and then continuing up, making a higher high eventually than $10.50, continuing up to fill the gaps. And again, when in doubt, zoom out. We will come up and fill these gaps at 33 to 43, and then also at 11 and 12, and then 16 to 19. These gaps are 110% going to get filled. There are 3 of them. Gaps get filled about 99.9% of the time. If you have 3 of those, just do the math. The odds are pretty much an infinite possibility that it's going to be yes. So this is everything I'm looking at for AMC and GameStop. Again, GameStop also has multiple gap fills to the upside, 34, or it has about a gap fill at 39. It's 37, 39, and 70. AMC's are at, and these are both massive gains, like 50 to 100% gains. AMC's at 11 to 12. 17 to like 19, and then this 37 to 43. They're marked here on the side. You guys can see the prices here on the side. Let me go ahead and move the camera. Yeah, you guys can see the prices here on the side. But this is pretty much everything I have for you guys. Since I am live, I will go ahead and ask any questions. If you guys have any questions to that, if you aren't really clear of what I said or don't understand what I said, you can go ahead and ask questions. Since I am live, we will take advantage of that. Look at this, guys. There's a gap right here. I didn't even see it. Check it out. And this is on GameStop. This is on GameStop stock right here. So yeah, we're going to be watching this very, very closely. I think AMC and GameStop are setting up for a decent move. In my personal opinion, guys, I think they are setting up for a decent move. Yes, there's a 33% chance, a 33% chance. No, definitely can't hear my heartbeat. It's not a what? It's not a what? It's not a what? I'm confused, so I don't know. I forget who's the expert here, but if you're gonna try to educate me, make sure you're right. Do you guys have any questions about do you guys have any questions? $4, no. No, $7.38 was the bottom. That's why we made that double, triple bottom. This was the bottom. We made a triple bottom. Bottom 1, bottom 2, bottom 3. 1, 2, 3. That was the bottom. And again, guys, what most likely is going to be happening, I'll show you guys what's most likely going to happen, is we are probably going to push for 1050 tomorrow and then break down. We're probably going to push for 1050 and break down. There's that 33% chance, guys. There's a 33% chance. Again, when you're doing technical analysis, you're doing probabilities. There is a 33% chance that we do see a possible move where AMC breaks above this ascending triangle and goes parabolic and just takes off. There's a 33% chance. There's a 63% or 66% chance that we come down from this level and break down. Most likely what's going to be happening is, and again, I'll show you one more time just so you guys can just understand. Most likely what's going to be happening is, I'm going to zoom in here. We're going to see a pop to the upside pre-market and early in the morning. So this is what's most likely going to happen. We're going to see a pop to the upside pre-market early in the morning. We're going to see it in pre-market and market open. We're going to come up to about $10.05. We're going to use that as support, and we're going to get a nice push up to like $10.46, $10.50, $10.30, around that range. Let's look at $10.38. Let's put that on there right now. And then we're going to come down. Then we'll use something like $7 or $9.50, $9.80 as support, and then bounce back up. This is most likely what you're going to see. A pop to the upside, early pre-market, moving to about $10.05, and I'll go ahead and put that on Webull so you guys can see that too. We might end up breaking down tomorrow after we get to like that 748. $738. So here's what that would look like, y'all. Moving up pre-market, a pop to the upside early in the morning, finding support, getting one more pop, and then coming down, correcting the bearish divergence, and then continuing up after we find support at like 980, 925 in that range, and then continuing up later on. So again, when we do break down from this ascending triangle, it's this rising wedge. When we do break down from this rising wedge, it's not going to be the end of the world. You can see that the Bollinger Bands are starting to constrict. You can see that the hourly MACD is red. These are all indications of a possible move to the downside after we get a pop up. You can also see 2-hour MACD is red. So you can see that the bigger time frames are bullish, meaning a pop up and then a move down. But I do believe once we find the bottom that we're going to bounce and get a rocket back to the upside. And I do believe we're going to be filling the gaps a lot sooner than people think. I think this is going to be happening. I think we're going to probably, I said this early on stream at the very, very end after we played Call of Duty. I said possibly, or no, this was earlier on stream, but I said possibly we'll see $16 in 2 weeks. $16 in 2 weeks. It's a possibility. Bitcoin's at 27,455. I think Bitcoin's on a bull flag right now, and it's about to make a move to the upside. I think Bitcoin is bullish, in my personal opinion, and I continue to buy more. SQQQ can only be bullish when the market goes down, and the market is most likely going to go up, so therefore SQQQ cannot be bullish. You guys have to realize SQQQ is not an individual stock. It doesn't move off of any type of fundamentals. It simply moves inverse of SPY. So the fundamentals that it would go off of are if the market is bearish, then SQQQ would go up. SQQQ goes inverse of SPY, or inverse of NASDAQ. So when NASDAQ goes down up, SQQQ goes down. When NASDAQ goes down, SQQQ goes up. That would be going short on stocks like Apple, Nvidia, Tesla. It's going short on all of those stocks at once, because the NASDAQ is composed of tech stocks like Apple, Tesla, Nvidia, Microsoft. So therefore, if you buy SQQQ, you are shorting those particular stocks in an indirect manner. So thank you, brother. I appreciate it. If you guys ever need to send me anything, because I know some of you don't want to do super chats or can't do super chats, you can always Cash at me or PayPal me, and that's actually kind of better because doing that shit. You could actually Cash at me or PayPal me. That's actually kind of better because YouTube takes about 30%, and I can look it up, guys, right now for you. YouTube takes 30 to 50% of super chats. So I will post my Cash App, and the Cash App's in the description of the live stream, guys. But I'll post it as well, and I greatly appreciate everyone who supports me monetarily. Again, all you have to do is press like and subscribe to help me out. I know some people don't want to subscribe, but guys, if you watch me every day, please, please, please press subscribe, because that's all I really ask for. So please press the like button and press subscribe, especially if you watch me every single day. So YouTube takes 30% of memberships and super chats. Yes, see, 30% goes to YouTube right off the bat on super chats. Right off the bat. And it on memberships, I believe it takes 50%. Oh, thank you, Chris. I appreciate that. Thank you, bro. I really appreciate that, man. I strive to just be authentic. I strive to be authentic and just provide as much value as possible. I feel like you guys already know my whole spiel about I'm doing as much as possible, or trying to provide as much as value as possible. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, everyone who helps me out that way, because guys, YouTube robs, and it doesn't pay much for views. So everyone who does do super chats, I greatly appreciate it. But again, if you do want to support me, all you have to do is just press the like button and press subscribe. But I greatly appreciate all monetary donations. It helps out a lot. It helps me improve the channel. And again, my Cash App is in the description, as well as my PayPal. Again, you don't have to do it that way, because I understand super chats are fun, but I also understand some of you guys don't want to do super chats, which I also understand. But that's enough about that kind of stuff. If you guys have any questions, you can go ahead and ask me. If you guys have any questions about anything that you would like to know about tomorrow, I feel like I covered everything. I did make a Patreon, but I don't really know how to use it. Someone said outlook on Ethereum. I think Ethereum is bullish. I bought a shit ton of Ethereum. Really, at this point, you could kind of make this wedge like a megaphone, because it done broke out. But the one thing that bothers me about Ethereum is this gap fill right here, guys. There's a gap fill down here that's been here for a long time. So it could make a dip. If it does make that dip, I'm going to be buying. I bought a shit ton of crypto, guys. I'm balls deep into crypto, buying this bear market. I believe crypto is about to go into a massive bull run, and I'm balls deep into crypto. If you look at Ethereum has some of the same attributes as Bitcoin. It does not have monthly MACD flip, but it has super trend weekly. It has super trend weekly. You guys can see that it has this buy signal on the super trend on the weekly time frame, and then it has this bullish pennant right here. This bullish megaphone is really bullish. Ironically, that would take us down into the gap fill if this did play out and we did push down. But Ethereum's gonna follow Bitcoin. So if Bitcoin takes off, it's gonna take off, and I think Bitcoin's getting ready to make the move past 32,000. Once it does make the move past 32,000 and stay up there, it's going to be into a new bull run. There is always a scenario that it makes some sudden flash crash that you won't even be able to get a buy, but you would see the wick go down so fast and it pop back up. But someone bought down there, but it's not going to be you. You know what I mean? So there is that opportunity. Any dips on crypto, I'm buying. I think crypto is going to be the ultimate asset in the future, in my personal opinion. I think Bitcoin and Ethereum are both good to have. You need to have both, because if there's a chance that Ethereum flips Bitcoin, the gains will be insane. If Bitcoin goes crazy and there's some type of supply shock because there's only 21 million coins, and then all of a sudden people can't get enough Bitcoin, and it just starts squeezing to infinite numbers that we can't even fathom, especially if hyperinflation, because the dollar keeps devaluing over and over and over again, because that's what happens to the dollar. It's losing value. So if the dollar keeps losing all of that value, I think crypto is just going to be an astronomical number. So I'm very bullish on crypto. XRP, I hold my biggest holdings, guys. My biggest holdings are Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP, in literally that order. So I'm loading up. I believe that, yes, crypto is the future, guys. You have to understand crypto is the future. Everything's going to be tokenized, and they need NFTs. So I wanted to have this conversation about NFTs because people don't understand what an NFT actually is. But think about this. In a world where AI fakes are going to be prominent, so all these AI fakes that you're seeing are very, very prominent. They're coming out, guys. They're coming out, and they're coming out in a big way. We're going to need NFTs to verify these things. And NFTs will be able to do that because NFTs are non-fungible tokens. They're a way to identify a specific one-of-one item using the internet. Therefore, you could use an NFT for a digital card title, a digital ID, telling if somebody is the real person or not, because there's going to be so many fakes that be made by AI. You can use an NFT verification system. This is why NFTs are extremely going to be extremely important. Not just the JPEGs. It's going to be a different form. It's not just a picture NFT. I'm talking about not just a JPEG. I'm talking about the actual function of an NFT. Also, just crypto's the future, guys. Crypto's the future, and it's going to go to a number that you can't even fathom. So I'm just loading up as much as I can before it's too late. I believe that they're trying to make it harder to buy crypto. I think they don't want you to buy crypto. I think they're making it hard to buy crypto on purpose. I think it's going to be one of the best assets, man. I could go on and on about it. But thank you, Chris, for that super chat, man. I really, really, really appreciate it. Really, really appreciate it, man. Bitcoin has the weekly MACD flip, or Bitcoin's weekly MACD starting to curl up. It also has a buy signal in the weekly time frame. Monthly MACD is green. Like, Bitcoin is going into a new bull run. That's just a fact. Bitcoin's monthly MACD is green, with the weekly MACD curling up with a buy signal on the weekly time frame. And if you go ahead and look at the Bitcoin rainbow chart, this is one of the best charts. Because it shows you how cheap Bitcoin is right now in retrospect. If you look over time, anytime Bitcoin was in this blue line, it was a great buy. And it shows you in retrospect. Sorry, guys, my mic sometimes does that sometimes, every once in a while. But you guys can... Now my mic's fucking up. It will stop. But you can see how much of a great buy it is in this area here. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get off this page. I think it's this page for some reason. Anytime I move into this thing, watch. This thing does something. No, it's not doing it. I don't know. But you can see that it's a great buy, man. Yeah, you guys rock though, man, because you guys show a lot of support, and I really appreciate it. I got lots of members. I like seeing all the members' colors and all that stuff, so I appreciate y'all, man. I appreciate y'all, man. What up, Johnny? What up, Johnny? What's poppin'? What do you mean recess? $100 plus. That's a good question. Well, I would say right off the bat that, first of all, anything's possible. What I would also say is, if you're hoping for that, I would be averaging down here. I would be buying low while the RSI is underneath 30 on the weekly time frame. I'd be wanting to buy as much as I can and average down, so that way that when the gap fill happens, I'll be in profit. That's my strategy. When the gap fill happens, I will be in profit. My average is very low now because I've been averaging down. If you can't do that, I totally understand. Try to make some trades and make profit. I would always say that first. But to answer your question, I would say yes, it's definitely possible. But to know if that's going to happen, I would have to see the gaps get filled, and I have to see what happens after the gap gets filled. And this is something I talked about before, where once the gap gets filled, I want to know what we're doing next. And until that happens, I won't know. Until we get up here at $40, I'm not going to know. I want to see if we reject from $40 and then I'll know, or are we going to get above $40 and then continue up? There's a possibility for both. So I'm waiting till we get to that $40 mark and then seeing. Also, if a squeeze starts, if some type of squeeze starts, I'm good, bro. I appreciate it. We are definitely going to see it. And I explained earlier in the live stream how a short squeeze can start. How it can start, guys. I explained how it can start, and it could start very, very easily. It's very, very possible. Yeah, click the thumbs up. You dig. Hit the like button. Yeah, today's stream was dope. We got like, today's stream was popping, man. So we have a golden cross. I'm going to just put... Actually, I need to see them all. But we have a golden cross where the 50 crossed over the 200 on the 2-hour time frame. Is it on the 4? We've been had a golden cross on the... But that happened because of the reverse split. So that don't really count. We're way above the 21, man. Like, we're up there, guys. We're way up there, like, and just in no man's land. Let me put the 13 on and, like, see if that comes close. Yeah, we're riding the 13. We're riding the 13 right now. And that's, like, insane bullish. Look how we're riding. We bounced off the 13, came down, tested it. Bounced off the 13, and we just keep bouncing off of it. And we're probably going to do it one more time. So that's a good indication that we're probably going to see that big pop-up, guys, here pre-market. So just be ready for that. It's a big possibility we're going to see a nice pop to the upside pre-market. If we don't, again, if we see that big push down, then we know what happened. But most likely, this is what we're going to see, y'all. A pop to the upside and steady trending up and then breaking down later. You should only need, so E-Trade should let you do more trades than that. I think if you have $1,000, you can do at least 5, bro. But you should be able to at least do 5, bro. I think you should be able to at least do 5. Really, you only need 3 trades per week, man. That's enough. That's enough to do what you need to do. Also, open up multiple accounts. That will help you. So open up something like E-Trade, and then E-Trade will let you have one account that has multiple accounts inside of it. So you have one account, but it has multiple accounts, if that makes sense. And then you can make trades on all of those accounts. You just put money in all of those accounts. That's a way to get around that. You can also get around that with margin calls and shit too. I've done some like loophole shit using that. Also, yeah, definitely go to a cash account. You should be able to do 5 if you go to a cash account. What do you mean buy or sell in the streams? Like on Webull? Or on... I don't think Webull has option paper trader. Only shares. Yeah, I only think I got shares on Webull. But yeah, guys, this is pretty much it, guys. This is pretty much it. Again, we're going to have that pop to the upside early pre-market. I'm thinking right in the 13. Just watch for this white line to hold as support. As far as SPY is concerned, I do think we're going to see a push to the upside as well. This is also going to help AMC, and then I think GameStop is going to have a move as well. Look for 1620 for GameStop for a pop to the upside. I talked about this in the Discord. I posted in the Discord, so if you are in the Discord, you can check that out and can get that information. If you do want to join the Discord, hit me up. My email is DataZeroOfficial5. DataZeroOfficial5. Just hit me up and ask me about the Discord. Discord is $50 for a lifetime invite. I give the buy and sell signals on there that will give you an advantage in the market. So if you want to be a part of that, go ahead and hit me up on that. And again, guys, I greatly support you guys, or greatly appreciate the support. But again, if you do want to support me and show some appreciation, just please press the like button, press subscribe, and maybe leave a comment or two on the videos, and I greatly appreciate that. And then for the people that do give super chats and are members, you are greatly appreciated. Obviously, this is how I can upgrade the equipment. But I'm about to get out of here, y'all. I'm about to get out of here. I got a few more things I want to do, and it's getting pretty late. So I'm going to holler at you guys tomorrow. I'm going to holler at you guys I'm gonna holler at you guys tomorrow. Nah, man, they never hit me back, dude. The lady messaged me and they sent me a package and shit, and then never messaged me back. So I don't know. Oh wait, hold on. Oh shit. They hit me back. They hit me back. Yeah, I'm gonna see if I'll definitely do Moo Moo, man. They seem like a good company. Yeah, they hit me back. So I'll talk to you guys about it then. Are you guys gonna sign up if I join it? I'm 100% doing that. I just looked at it. It's nice. I need it, actually. Like, I need it. It's nice. If you guys sign up for it, it would, like, really fucking help me out. I'ma sign up for it. Fuck. It seems like a decent broker. I just like free stocks too, man. Like getting the free stocks. That's the reason why I got Webull. That's the reason why I picked up Webull, because it has free stocks. I used it to buy fucking free AMC and GME. I will sell merch. I gotta get someone to design it, and it's gotta be a place that can ship it, and that it's gotta be a place like that I have here. But nobody liked the t-shirt because it's too plain and basic. But it's gotta be something like a place here, because they have to be able to make it and design it. I'm a small company, or not. I'm not even a company. I'm one person. You know what I mean? There's no other. I don't have no other help. I mean, I have help with people modding and stuff like that, but I don't have no one physically here to help me put shit together and organize shit and do logistics. So it has to be a place that can, people can, like a Shopify. I'm being stupid trying to articulate myself. I also want to do giveaways. I want to do a lot of shit, man. But I don't want to move too fast, and I don't want to expand too fast, and then that's how you mess up. So I'm just trying to take my time. I'm trying to get the merch out ASAP. I'm definitely doing that Moo John. That John was nice. Hopefully I can get that. I mean, they hit me back, so most likely I can. Alright, man. I'm out of here, guys. I'll see you guys. You guys are awesome. About to play some Call of Duty. I should shut this stream down and then stream Call of Duty. Yeah, peace, dogs. I'll see you tomorrow, man. Make sure you guys are there tomorrow. I can't believe I got a super chat on my second stream. I was just talking to somebody. I was like, no one watches the second stream. So I appreciate that. That's awesome, man. I had to do it live because I ran out of time, man. I be running around and shit. Alright, let me get out.